to do another test of the Deadmeat Broadhead from G5. I've been really intrigued by this design, and I did a test through 3/8" plywood and held up very well. I was impressed with it. And one correction from that earlier video, a few of the viewers noted, and I looked on their website and talked to them, and also they were correct. This outer part of the ferrule is actually in two pieces, and the outer part is machined, not metal injection molded. The inner part and the screw part is metal injection molding, and then the blades are stamped blades. But anyway, I appreciate the correction on that. Makes it even tougher outside ferrule right there and tip. But what I've been most concerned about is how well they open. And I've heard a few reviews that sometimes these blades are getting stuck on some little burrs inside that little area there, and they're not opening properly. And on the one that I shot into the 3/8" plywood, even with such a hard impact, one of the blades only opened about half or 2/3 of the way on impact, and that concerned me a little bit, though it opened fully by the back end of the plywood. So what I'm going to be doing is testing it on an apple. And I had some apples. Really, I want to test it on an orange, but I didn't want to go buy an orange. So I'm going to test it on some apples, or one apple, and see how well it opens on impact. And the apple, relatively soft, but has a bit of a hide to it, if you will, in the skin, and nothing to support it. So I'm not like pinning it down or something. So with that free kind of sitting apple, I'm going to see how well it opens on impact. Here's the apple, and this was the entrance. And as you can see, the blades did open very effectively on the entrance, and that's with really little resistance. Nothing was supporting the apple, and so it's a light thing, and it's pretty thin-skinned. And it, there's the exit. The blades obviously went through there. And in terms of the penetration, you can see that it went through my backup bag of dirt, which was pretty thick, and then blew all the way through that bag. So really great penetration. I didn't expect it to go that far through the dirt. I want to measure the hole and see how much cutting is really taking place here, because it doesn't look like a full 1.5" as advertised. So I drew a rough circle around the cut, and as you can see, even with a generous circle, that cut is actually, that entrance cut is 1 1/4 inches. It's 1 1/4, and you can see one of the blades opened a little bit more fully than the other two. I don't know if you can make it out there, but you can really see it with the hole in the back of the bag. You can see one of the blades open quite a bit more than the other two, and when I measured that total diameter, it's actually just a little less than 1 1/4 inches. And then if you look at the broadhead itself, I kept it in the same position right here and measured that, and you can see one of the blades is this one right here. It's hard to make out, so kind of in the video, but it's longer. It's open more than the other two, and that total cutting diameter in that remaining open position is a little bit less than 1 1/4. Okay, so I got to be honest, I'm a little disappointed in this. I really like this head, and I like that I'm getting 1.5 inches cutting diameter at least, but it looks like I'm really getting closer to 1.25 inches. So take that for what it's worth. Still held up well, penetrated well, opened well, just getting about 1.25 inches cut. So I drew a circle around this, not the best circle in the world, but you can see that is a circle, and as I remove the broadhead and measure this, pull my tape out, you can see that cut. It's actually about an inch. Even if I go in the widest area, it's about an inch. So maybe I didn't make the most generous circle, but that is not an inch and a half. You can see where an inch and a half circle would be, and it's quite a bit difference. A little disappointing. So I was curious and went back to the previous test I had done on the Deadmeat Broadhead opening up on impact with the wood. And I said that one of the blades didn't open completely. It was a little bit short, but drew a circle around all of them. And as you can see, that too is 1 1/4 inches at most.